everyone. How is everybody doing? We'll get started here in a minute. I'm hoping I can see comments today. That would be good. But I don't see any comments as of yet. Oh, here we go. Hi, Julie. Hi, Tosh. How are you guys doing? From Canada. I love it. I want to visit there one day. It's on my list. Hi, Marilyn. This is going to be next week's project. I'll show it to you guys in a minute. But today, Miss Bethy is in Texas. So we are going to work on this little booger. So you see, I sanded it down and got it to a, like to the wood grain. You don't have to get all of it off, like in these little edges, to use a gel stain. So even if there's just a little bit still on, you definitely want to get all the shiny off. But I think it does look better if you bring it down as far as you can. Again, it won't matter in these little corners that I didn't sand it all the way down. I'm going to distress the white a little bit too. But I'm going to put it right here. I was going to get to that today, but it didn't happen. It's kind of been a kooky, I guess, because Halloween yesterday. I don't know. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Ann. Hi, Melinda. Hi, Sandy. Kay. How are you guys doing? So anyway, we're going to talk about gel stains today. So again, to use a gel stain, you want to be in a good ventilated area, which I'm going to turn on some air in here because I had it off because it was kind of cool today. But that'll give me some ventilation because it does have a strong odor. Hi, Jessie. Hi, Brookie. Hi, Charlotte. So a gel stain, you can put it on something that's already stained, but you want to at least knock off the sealer. So get the shine off of it. So we have it in 4 colors. It's Royal Dark Walnut. So that's 1 coat. And there's 2 coats. We have it in Dark Rich Mahogany. So there's 1 coat. And this was Bare Wood. And there's 2 coats. Whoop, wrong way. The Victorian Oak, which is almost black. That was 2 coats. The 1 coat, you're going to see some of the wood. That's the one we're going to use today. And then the Modern Walnut, that's 1 coat. And then there's 2 coats. So again, you can make them a little lighter by continuing to rub them off. Or you can let it dry real well. If you're already going over a stain, it is going to take some time for it to dry. I mean, it's probably going to take 24 to 48 hours to get it dry. And then before you want to seal it, you really want to make sure it's really good and dry. I did some nightstands. I'll try to drag one in here in a minute on Saturday. And hold on one second. My clerk is calling. Yes, ma'am. Hello? Hey. No, I'm good. Yeah. Yeah, I made it and back. I did. I made it. No, I made it. No, you didn't. I'm all good. You go have a nice evening. Bye. Oh, sorry, that was my clerk. She thought she left me stranded, but I made it to the post office. I told her I'm good. So sorry about that. So again, we're going to put the gel stain on here. You just want it to be a nice, clean, dry surface. So I sanded this a couple days ago. And let me pull one of these nightstands in. I sanded the nightstands at the same time. I wanted to have them completed before tonight, but it has been a crazy Monday and Tuesday. Hopefully you guys can, I'll be able to make it to where you can see it. Kind of getting jammed in here. Furniture jam. like a log jam, but it's a jam of furniture. So these nightstands, I'll post the before her pictures later so you guys can actually see them. But it is those that yellowy kind of color that was real popular for a while, but to me it just looks like a white that was you can see on the inside a white that, you know, kind of got stained from smokers, but it's definitely not that. It's that light yellow. So I did sand the tops down. I took all the handles off, so I'm going to replace those. They were kind of a mess. I painted it white. I know it's hard to see. Move this back. There we go. I painted them a nice crisp white. I sanded the top down, and this is one coat of the dark rich mahogany. So they're going to be, I mean, when I show you before pictures, you're going to be like, oh my gosh. And in the little groove here, I painted it. And because I wasn't going to sand into these teeny tiny little grooves. And then I put the gel stain and just made it like a glaze. Let me see if you can see that. These things are so heavy. Unbelievable. But that's good. Furniture of old is heavy. Furniture of new is not. But can you guys see the little grooves? I just let the gel stain get down in there. So all I have to do with this is seal it. It's good and dry. I did it on Saturday, and then I'm going to put like a brown or maybe, I don't know what kind of glaze I'm going to put on the front of it in all the detail. But again, we're going to use the Victorian oak on this one, which is a real dark, almost a black. Here's my can. They're always yucky. You definitely want to put on gloves, you guys. Again, you want to put on gloves and be in a well-ventilated area. Oh, what did I do? Sorry about that. It's always Beth that touches things. Now it's me today. Because the stain will stain your hands. And unless you really want that goopy stuff all over you, I put on gloves. Because I'm not very good about not getting stuff all over me. Well, that thing's falling apart. But we're going to work on that another day. I just rag mine on. So the bag of rags is what I use. I just get a bag of rags. One of those big bag of rags. Or you can cut up a t-shirt. Old socks are great that aren't too holy. My husband always wants to know why he's missing a sock, because with a sock you can just pop it right on your hand and just use it. But hey, don't tell him I take his socks. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Hi, Karen. Hi, Teresa. So, well, I was gonna try to get this out of the way, but it is falling a little bit apart, but that's all right. It'll look really good when we're done. So I'm going to open this one. Find something to open it with. I am going to stir it. You definitely want to stir it because it's a gel stain and it's oil based. So you need to get it stirred up. You don't want to shake it. You definitely just want to stir it. Let me grab my bigger stick. I got my bigger stick. I knocked the label off too, but oh well, it'll be okay. Okay, there we go. But as you can see, it's not like a normal stain that is just like water. It is definitely a lot thicker. But you just want to make sure it's good and stirred up. It will not take very much at all. Like what I have on the end of this stick will probably work. I just put some on my rag. hope everybody had a good Halloween with the kiddolas. And then you're just going to rub it on. You just want to go in the same direction, just like with anything else. I'll post the before picture of this table too. It had spindles that ran all the way around it. I took all those off to kind of make it definitely more modern. We painted it white. I could tell this was a table that somebody had, it was a handmade table because where they had all their little markings, their measurements and things. So I thought that was really cool. But it was definitely going to be going to what I call the big junk if I didn't rescue it. And I'm just putting a little bit on at a time and just rubbing it in. Just going to try and get it into these edges. Again, remember, I didn't sand all the way down into those edges. Because the gel stain can go over something that's already stained. It's just going to take a little bit longer to dry. You can actually put a gel stain over paint like I did on that nightstand. But again, it's going to take a little bit longer to dry. And all wood doesn't stain equally, so sometimes you might have a little spot that you have to go back and touch up. Because wood is gonna take the stain however it really, really wants to take it. Which is weird, but that's just kind of how it is. Now I've got it everywhere. I'm going to go back. I'm going to take some of it back off. Try not to get it on the white. And I want it dark, but I don't want it black. And then I'll show you guys, I got some pictures of the new Sassy kit that started. I just took October off at like 2:30 because I still had people saying they wanted to get one. So it is now off the website. So the November kit is on the website. The coupon code won't work because I did a flat shipping of $8.99. So you'll get your Sassy kit for $29.95 and your shipping for $8.99. Again, that wood is taking it in kind of strange places. It's gone a little bit lighter, but that's all right. We can put a second coat on once it dries and darken those spots back up. So it won't hurt anything. But a huge improvement to what it was. Well, now I'm just going to let it dry. But again, it's not perfect because the stain didn't take exactly the same. Just like if you were putting anything on, your first coat may not be exactly right. Now the nightstands, that was one coat, one and done on those because I didn't want them real dark. But again, on this one, I will just go back and add a little more in the spots that need it once it dries, and you won't ever know. But again, if you look at any of your wood stained furniture, the stain's not perfect because the wood is going to take the stain however it wishes. But I promise the second coat will cover a lot of that up. And again, sometimes you don't know how many coats you're going to have to put on until you do it. Like on this, I would have thought one coat we would have been good to go. And almost that I would have needed 2 coats on the nightstands. And it was just the opposite. So let me show you the nightstand again. If I can get it up here. Little booger is heavy. I'm not sure this thing can hold it. But, oh my God. I don't know why it's so heavy. It's a good thing, but still heavy. So this is one coat. And as you can see, it's a little darker in spots, a little lighter. But if you look at any of your wood in your house, it's the same thing. Oh, sorry, guys. Good Lord. Must be getting weak today. Those nightstands are heavy. But I re-loved them, and they're going to make somebody a nice, it's going to go in somebody's home and be really a good project. Not a project, but a good piece of furniture for them. Throwing that away so I don't get that stain all over me. Let me show you guys the sassy kit for November. What did I do with her? I'll set this up. But I'll show you finished photos. I'm going to distress the white so it's just not so white. And I'll put a second coat of stain on there. But your sassy kit. Here's your sassy kit for this month. You're going to get your cherry water-based stain, 1 ounce. You're going to get Princess Dye. You're going to get, which is a metallic. Silver, which is a metallic. Crimson, which is a 1-step, no sealer required. Backwoods, it's a deep forest green. It's a 1-step. Your Tuscan Olive, 1-step, so no sealer. Your Autumn, which is a plaster paint. And your Superior top coat matte. So you're going to get 7 2 ounces and 1 ounce for the $29.95. Whoop, there it is. And your flat rate shipping of $8.99. Set that right there. I got notified. Facebook. Utah 70. Do you want me to post best link? Yes, please do. I think Beth said if we sold 40 today, which, whoo, that's a big stretch. Hey, everyone. Hey, there's me. I was watching YouTube and realized that you're on Facebook. It's my beautiful ray of sunshine. Still in Texas. Yes, she is in Texas. I don't think she left till yesterday. Yes, please post her link. Beth Stewart. Yeah, the October kit is gone. The November kit is up. If you sent me a message saying you didn't get paid till later, in like the 4th or the 5th, and you wanted me to save you one, I did. So no worries there. But October kit is now off the website, and your November kit is on the website. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Charlie. Let me see. So how many sold? We sold, I think it was 107. So you guys are going to have to come up with something. The person who ordered the 100th kit also got the November kit. So we'll do that again this time. If we make it to 100, which I know we will, that 100th order will get November kit and the new December kit. So I forgot who that was who got that. I posted it online. So she'll be the very first one to get her November kit. So that is very cool. Good. Oh no, Nora strained her ribs today. You need to rest. But I was going to say something I forgot. Oh, yeah, you guys got to come up with some crazy thing. That was the deal. That who ordered the 100th? Let me find out. I have it in here. Hey, Beth. Hey, Brooke, do you remember who the 100th order was? Do we sell in Australia? We don't have any retailers in Australia, but I can ship to Australia. Jesse, you would just need to send me an email, and I'll post up the email. We hit the 100. So you guys got to think of something crazy that we have to do. Not too crazy. Company. Send me an email and I could tell you what shipping would be to Australia. If you're on an Air Force base, I can send it in one of those Air Force or military boxes too. You ship fast. Well, thank you, Rebecca. I definitely try. Everything went out today that was in the, I call it the queue, except for the last 2 orders that came in. I just was not going to make it to the post office if I didn't stop and go. So, but yeah, I think we hit 107. I'd have to, let me grab my list. And Emily Conroy was the 100th winner. Yay, Miss Emily. So she also got her October kit. Oh, I'm showing her address. I shouldn't do that. And she got the November kit for free. So I shipped that out the other day. But let me see what our total was by the very end. It was 107. That's what I thought. So we hit 107. Great, Carolyn. Yep, I shipped everything but the last 2. I'm not sure if yours went out. If not, it'll go out first thing in the morning. I had to close the books from up front too, so that put me in I kind of got a slow start on orders. Just getting to feel better after all the fall. Oh no, I hate that, Nora. You got to be careful. That's okay, Brookie. I think I found it. It is the last winner who was the 100th order was what I did tell you guys. Here, I'll put it up there. It was, yeah, Emily Conroy from Florida was the winner, number 100. And she, both October. I'm going to type and think. Hard for me today. Bird kit. So there we go. Yep. It's when I posted it, we posted it 4 times, which is really crazy. But we are on a good start. I know we've sold at least 6 or 7 of the November kits today. So woohoo! We'll just keep on going. And you're going to get some really great colors with your Princess dye. I know it's hard to see, but it is a beautiful color. It's one of my favorites. And then silver, which, I mean, my gosh, you can use silver with anything. Your Tuscan olive, your backwoods, your crimson, your autumn, your superior top coat matte, which the difference in your superior and your liquid waxes, your superiors are UV protectant. So if it's going to be something that you're going to put outside, hi Teresa, or close to a window, this is really, really good. I'm so glad you're loving the colors, Jana. You got your November kit coming today. I sent yours out. Yours made it. You made the cutoff. Patsy, you just ordered through Beth's link, and it is actually its own tab. Beth, not Beth. Brookie, did you post that somewhere? You just click on her link, and actually I made it its own tab. There's kits, and then right under kits, it says Sassy Sister November Holiday Kit. There it is right there. Patsy, you just click on this link. It's going to be paints and stains and sealants, and you're just going to see the Sassy Sister Kit. You're going to go over to it. You're going to scroll down and just add it to your cart. It's $29.95 and then $8.99 flat rate shipping. And I do definitely try to ship. We ship every day. Yes, if you're in the city, just say pick up in store. And you can come right to the store and pick it up, and I'll have it up front for you. When you get here, have them come find me, and I'll come up and say hello. You never know where I might be. Probably back here trying to paint. But that hasn't happened in a while. As you can see, my blue dressers, I finally made it almost all the way blue. I don't know what I was going to do. I was going to ombre it, but I just didn't have it in me, I guess. So it sat there for about 6 weeks. So I got a Sailor not 2 coats on the top, but I got Sailor. I think what I'm going to do is Redesign has that diamond. It looks like diamonds, but it's in gold. I'm out of them right now, but I think I'm going to put, there's an indent on this side. Put that in there into that indentation right there, and then put like, the handles are really bad, so they'll have to go and put some really pretty gold handles on it. I think that's what I've rotated to doing, so that's where I'm at on it. But this is what we're going to work on. I'm going to work on it probably a little just so I can get it all back together, because there's a few pieces. But this is going to be next. We're going to start working on this next week. It is the cutest little cabinet. Let me see if I can move this little booger. It's going to have to dry before I put a second coat on it. But I'll post after pictures for you guys, before and after, because you won't believe that table. That table, you won't even recognize it. Let me see if I can get this booger up here. This thing is not quite as heavy as that nightstand. See, this is where I need Beth. I need some of that brute strength that she can help me. As everything falls out. Okay. So we're going to work on this. I'll probably do a little work on it to get it prepped out a little bit, get it cleaned up, get the drawers so they're not wonky. But this stuff is plastic. I mean, it's terrible. We have some vintage ceiling. It's beautifully patinaed that we'll cut and we'll put into here. How cool is that going to be, you guys? So excited. We actually have 2 pieces. This one's a little more rusty. This one's a little more patinaed, but I think we'll cut these and we'll put these in the door. I am going to save this as a template because that'll be good. And then we'll get it cleaned up, but it is going to be adorable when it's done. You could actually set it on top of a dresser. I mean, you could do a lot of things with this. You could put it in your kitchen on maybe like a little base. I keep finding pieces of it all over the room. But it is going to be really cute when we get going on it. We guys have to decide what color we want to paint it. Just remember, we're going to put this is going to go in. So, and it's really crazy. Somebody had painted them at one time. So it's a mauve and a cream and a blue up here. It's hard to see, but it almost looks like a metallic blue. So any of those colors would be cool. Like a sage color might look good. Yeah, at one point, it's almost like they painted them some color metallic. It almost looks like Princess Di, which is crazy. But I might clean up a little bit of just that orangey rust so it doesn't get all over people's hands. But other than that, we're just going to cut them and use them. And I think they're going to be fabulous. So start thinking, this one doesn't have any of the mauve on it, which is weird. But the other one does. But start thinking about what color. Hi. Hi, Robin. Hi, Virginia. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Rebecca. Where do you get hardware? Sometimes I'll get online, especially if I'm looking for something really specific. Etsy's a good place to look. Unfortunately, they're kind of high. But sometimes I do buy from Hobby Lobby, or there's a couple of hardware stores online that I use. I'll post those for you guys. Yay! Bethany ordered her November kit. How would it look a taupe color? It would be pretty. It really would. A taupey, maybe even driftwood. Driftwood is kind of taupey with an underlining, my email is still up, sorry. Underlining sage, kind of like a hint of green. You guys have to look at driftwood and see if you think that might be something that we would want to do. And sometimes Rebecca, I reuse my handles as much as possible. I really do. Sometimes I'll just paint them a different color with the metallic. The big blue one, I don't even remember what was on that one. And the nightstands, they were trashed. I mean, half the handles were gone. I mean, these things had a hard life. So I think I'm going to do something again, maybe in a silver, making it kind of look as much modern as I can. So I miss Bethy today. Yeah, I think so, Kathy. Driftwood would be pretty. I don't think we've used driftwood either. But I do sometimes go to Hobby Lobby. Because sometimes ordered online's hard. I like to touch and feel things. But again, let me show you guys your sassy kit for November. That's going to be your November kit. I don't think this is going to be dry enough for me to put another coat. Probably not too bad. Because that wood just soaked it right up. But as you can see, I got that stain on me when I picked it up on the underneath side or on the edge because I didn't take all the stain off of the top of the edge. Instead of using a rag, I may, because I want it to go on a little thicker because this wood is acting weird. But, I mean, wood is wood. This thing could have sat out in a barn. Who knows? Who knows why it's taken the way it's taken? Just remember, whatever brush you use, unless you're going to clean it with mineral spirits, it's trash. So I'm gonna get a cheap chip brush. I hate them because they lose their hair, just like me. So I'll sit for a couple minutes or so, or at least a minute, and I'll try to pull out if there's any loose ones. Sometimes I'll go out on a concrete and I'll kind of like rough it up because that'll help knock off any of those ones like that one. I don't know if you can see it, because they will lose their hair. As long as you get it out, you're okay. If you let it lose its hair and it dries in, you're going to have to lightly sand it out. But I am going to put it, I want it a little bit thicker this time because that top is taken so weird. So I'm going to brush it on. Let me see if I can set it on top of the nightstand. You guys can see it. So I'm not brute strengthening that other one back down. Just not doing it. Not doing my stain. Oh, I put it in here. Sorry. See, this is when Beth talks, when I'm always running around getting stuff. But it was a day to day. First of the month's always a little crazy. I rent space to vendors, so I try to get them paid as quickly as possible. Because, just like anybody else, everybody wants to get paid. So again, I'm going to put this on a little bit thicker. It will take probably a good 24 hours to dry. But since the wood is taking it so weird. Now I ragged on the nightstand. One coat, no biggie. But you just never know. Wood does what it wants to do. So I'm just going to do a second coat. Bethy said she was going to be having dinner with her family about now. I said, well, good for you. It's always good to have family time. All the older kids came over with the grandbabies, and the girls, the twins, which are just 7, went trick-or-treating. I stayed home with the ittle bitty one. She's only right at 3 months old. So Miss Isla and I handed out candy. She looks like a little cherub doll, so she's just so cute. Everybody thought she was the cutest. She was a poodle, but her headband, she got tired of it, so it had to come off. So then she was just a pink baby in a pink outfit, which is fine because she's still adorable. Not that I'm, prejudiced against that or not, because I just think she's super cute. Little books look a little bit like her grandma. Really, I'm Mimi. I don't want to be a grandma. I want to be a Mimi. I don't know. It sounds younger. Not that it matters. My mom's a grandma and she still looks young. But as you can see, I'm going to put it on a little bit thicker because, again, that wood was kind of weird. It will dry, but again, it's going to take a day or so. And then I'll just seal it with probably a gloss, probably one of the glosses, probably the Superior Top Coat gloss, just because it's super hard too. And since this is the top of a table, people are going to be, unfortunately, probably putting water glasses and things. So you want to protect it as much as possible. So if that does happen, it can hopefully not mess up the finish. But as you can see, sometimes you just have to try what's going to work. And what worked with this piece was brushing it on. But again, I used a rag on and that's my favorite way to do it. I'm not going to lie. On the nightstands. Now, sanding's not my favorite, so I'm not all, I go through my stages where I'll sand tops for a while, and then I get tired, so I'm like, or I don't have time, or it's too hot or too cold. But this is like a great time of the year in the fall, where if you're sanding, you're not out there just burning up. But let me move this out of the way. But this wood just needed a little thicker coat. Let me chuck this around this still. And look how pretty that's going to be. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And if I decided on the nightstands I wanted them darker, I could add a second coat. It doesn't matter. I may do that. I don't know. Sometimes I look at things and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Thank you, Teresa. It goes by Gigi. Oh, that's you, Missy. I had a Mimi. I didn't have a Mimi growing up, but my husband's mom was a Mimi, and I'm like, I want to be Mimi too. So she's Mimi 1 and I'm Mimi 2. What name and how is it spelled? Isla. They spell it, I think, ILSA. And it's Rhett. Her middle name is Rhett. They definitely pick out some. Do I have pictures of her? Oh, I don't think I got one last night. I'll post one though. I know I have one of her. Oh, it's Brooke. Hey, Brookie. Sorry, it's all right. I thought she was having dinner. Thank you, Jackie, for spreading the sass. Gray would be pretty too, Teresa. You are correct, but I have a hutch that has the hardware rusted on it. I have just painted over, I guess. I'll just have to paint over, I guess. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to play with that. I haven't had a lot of experience with rust. I know if I sealed it, like with the liquid wax or the Superior, it wouldn't rub off. And I may do that and kind of see what it looks like. And then we can definitely decide, because I'm just going to cut it with like snips because it's super thin. But I'll talk to Beth about it. But if you sealed this, I'm pretty sure it then wouldn't rub off, but it would give you that look. And heck, we can try it right now. Let me get some more wax. Because I like that. I just don't, I'm kind of a neat freak. And I don't like things to, get on things, chip off on things. I'm going to move this thing because this thing is wet. And I'm going to run my hair right into it. What would be new? I always go home with paint in my hair. Brad's always like, I think what color did you do today? And I'll tell him. He's like, yeah, it's in your hair. I'm like, okay. Whatever. It washes out. Not that big a deal. So again, the only product is the gel stain, and the paste wax that literally I wouldn't want to eat it because I don't eat peas and I don't like peas and I don't want to eat paint and I probably don't like paint, but it's non-toxic. It's not going to hurt you. I've been painting around the twins since they were infants. So, it's if they got it on their hands, it was no big deal. Let's see what that looks like after we seal it. Because once you sealed it, that's not going to rub off anymore. I do love my Klingons. You guys ever try to Klingon? They're amazing. But again, I say brushes are sort of like diapers. It's whatever you like. There's lots of good brushes out there. I just say always use a good brush. That way you don't lose, the hairs don't get stuck into your paint. There's nothing's worse than finishing an entire a project, and then having to dig a hair out and touch that up. I'm kind of OCD, so I just don't think it ever looks the same. I think this is going to look cool. See, now it's still that rusty color, but it's not going to, definitely not going to rub off onto your hands. But it gives it that real, it's hard, this crazy camera drives me bonkers. But see how it kind of picked up, and again, that's still, it's wet, but, and then that metallic-y color in the center. I didn't do down in this corner, so we can kind of have like a little comparison, but I think that's going to be amazing. What do you guys think? Let me see if I can scroll it down a little. I'll post some pics of those little boogers. I'm sure you share here on Facebook, but we're not friends. I have several times. Oh, well, John, I will request it. I guess I am the worst about that. I'm telling you, I am the worst. The worst. Oh, yay, Karen. Spread that sass with the kits. I think it's going to look super cool. But my whole thing is I just don't like to, like if you use this in your kitchen and you're opening it up and that rust is getting all over your hands, to me, that's just, I don't like it. But I think I'll just seal them both. And again, as it's drying, the rusty color's coming back out. You guys see that? So cool. Yay! I'll just seal both of them and see how it goes before I start cutting on them. Because see, on this one too, it's rusty and it's going to come off. So I think if I just seal it, just like I did the other one, it tones it down a little bit, but again, that's not fully dry. So let me just do this. I did a lot of that other one. Let me throw this brush in water because I don't want it to run that rust to run it. I love my Klingons. I don't want to run them. Let me throw a fan on this real quick, you guys. There we go. Well, as it fell over. And I'm telling you guys, on the gel stains, like this is a 16-ounce can. They last, as long as you seal them up real good, they'll last you. I mean, you can do many, 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 many projects. Like you can't even tell I used any out of this. Like if you look at this, I mean, you can't even tell like I used any. It doesn't take much at all. I used a little bit more on this one just because it was being a little booger head. Oh, Ajuda sprinkled. Thank you, Dee and Karen and Lisa. Anybody have any questions on the gel stain? I know Beth was working. She'd been working a lot with the water-based stains, which are amazing in their own. They're just different colors than like a wood, more your wood stains, but they are. I love them, and again, they can't hurt you. It's all because it's all those products are water-based, so that's. I know Bethy wants me to get that. I'm going to take a picture of that. Bethy wants me to get a couple things that enamel, but it's just not water-based. I really do I love water-based products just because you can just use them. They're user-friendly. You can wash it down the sink. You don't have to worry. You get it on yourself. I mean, I've sprayed before and got it in my mouth. I mean, I just don't even worry. And again, I've been painting around the babies since they were itty bitty little toddlers. Luckily, they've never gotten into the paint, which is a good thing. So we're going to start that project next week. I'll probably shore it up a little bit, make sure all the cabinets are all in there, not wonky. And then we're going to pick a color. I think that a lot of people are working with wanting a driftwood or the tin, Jackie, we're going to put inside this cabinet. It had these plastic ones, which gave us the idea. But as you can see, not anywhere near as pretty is the real tin. So we're super excited. This is the fake. And then this is going to be the real tin that we're going to cut. We're going to put it in those doors. Yeah, so look at that, you guys. The color brightens right back up. And it's not rubbing off. So oh no, it's down here, sorry. It's a little bit darker. Not much, but just a teeny bit darker. So this is sealed, not coming off. This is unsealed and is coming off. So you can do that. So if you have something that's rusting that you want to be able to put in your house, liquid wax matte or liquid wax gloss or either the superiors will keep it from having, rubbing off on you. Again, it's not rubbing off on the palm of my hand at all. So I figured it would. I just had never tried it. I've not worked with a lot of metal before, like when cutting it and all that kind of stuff. So, but this is I'll post after pictures of this and some after and before pictures of the nightstands and the table. I got to take some before pictures of the cabinet before we get going. That way we can have some. I'm the worst about that. Absolutely worst. Can I use the gel stains on my dining room table? Absolutely. Absolutely. You, again, Pam, you don't have to sand it all the way down, but you want to, let's say it's that real light oak. Like if it was something like this, I would want to knock off that gloss. You see how that gloss is on there? Of course, you want to take the handles off, but knock that gloss off. And then if you wanted it to go dark, because most of the time in gel staining, you're going to make it darker. If you're going to go darker, it's just going to take it a little bit longer to dry than if you were on bare wood. You don't have to sand. You don't have to sand down to bare wood. You do have to knock off the gloss so the stain can get to the wood. But you don't have to sand it all the way down to what I call raw wood, which, is like this. Like you would not have to sand it down to raw wood. You would just want to knock the gloss off. See how that is like glossy? It's got a sealer on it. There it goes. That's probably the best picture. You can see it's got a gloss on it. You want to knock that gloss off. And if there's any water stains, you want to make sure you get those out before you put it on top. But I'm excited about the little cabinet. Woohoo! Where are we at? Okay, you guys. So, hey, don't forget to get your sassy kit. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You're going to get 8 instead of 7. You get a 1-ounce cherry and the rest are 2 ounces. Your princess dye, which is a metallic silver. You're going to get 3 one-steps, which you don't have to add a sealer, your Tuscanora, your Crimson, and your Backwoods. And then you're going to get your Autumn, which is the plaster paint. And you're going to get a Superior Top Coat matte. So again, the Superior Top Coat matte is UV protected. Yay, Teresa. I think I got yours out today. Can you gel over the one-step paint? You can. That's what I did on the nightstand. On the edge, it's very detailed. Like it has almost like a scroll. Well, I'm not going to sand down into that. So I took a steel wool and knocked off the gloss. And then I painted it. And then I put the gel stain over it. So I just put the gel stain on the top and also on the edge. I'll show you. Let's see if I can heft this thing up one more time. It's so heavy. I just don't know why. Well, I do. It's definitely good furniture. At one point, it used to be that yellow where it looked like it should have been white, but they really did paint it yellow. And it had that like speckle to it, which I mean was probably hot at some point in the 80s or whenever. Let me see if I can put it on my little stool. Of course, it's not going to be tall enough. Let's see if I can do this. So I don't know if you guys can see that scroll work, but this is the gel stain. I painted this, put the gel stain all around the edge, and the gel stain went down into the scroll. I'll take a good picture and post it, though, you guys, so you can see it, because this wasn't sanded down, just painted it with pure white, put the gel stain on the top, and then all the way around the edge, just to get it down into those cracks and crevices. And again, I didn't want to have to sand all of the scroll work. It would have taken me, I don't even know, probably 100 years, because I don't like to sand anyway. So for me, that would be excruciating pain. But I think it looks good and it goes together. Thank you, Brianna. How are you? What color is that? It on the top of this one is, which one was it? Oh, I'm pretty sure. I think I told you wrong earlier. It's the Royal Dark Walnut, but it's only one coat. I only did one coat because I could do more than one coat and get it darker. But I really didn't. I kind of liked it, the light, a little bit lighter. But again, I might change it. I might add a second coat to it. But they come in 4 different colors. We have 4 colors. We have Royal Dark Walnut, Modern Walnut. We have Dark Rich Mahogany. And Victorian Oak. And that's the Victorian Oak's what I put on the little table, which is almost black. It's almost a black stain. So... thank you, Wanda. I'm glad you love the paint. Hi, Miss Angela. Oh, good. I'm glad you sent Beth a project. We always need them. Let's see if I missed anybody. Hi, Pam. Okay, what color was that? I think I gave you the colors. If I didn't, you can definitely send me an email. I posted it earlier, but I can post it again. But yes, Karen, you can put the gel over. I've done it on an entire piece before. It was an old stereo cabinet, and I painted it like ivory lace one step. And we had just got the gel stains, and I thought, well, heck, I've read about them all. You can do this. And I basically just wiped it on and wiped it off, and it just was more like a glaze. It kind of got down into the wood cracks. It really turned out pretty. So you don't want to put the gel over the plaster because the plaster doesn't have a sealer, and it's just going to soak it up and drink it. So, all right. If you guys don't have any more questions, my hubby is sickly, so I'm going to try to get him some dinner and get home, but we will definitely go. I'll start working on this, and we'll start that next week, which is going to be super awesome because we're going to use these amazing tiles. Again, That's where I put the liquid wax on. It's not even coming off. It's a little bit, I want to say a little bit duller, but that's okay. I mean, I could put gloss and make it glossier, but it's not going to rub off anymore onto your hand, which is awesome. But these are going to look amazing in that. Beth bought those for me a few years ago. She's never used them. I'm like, do you still have those? So we'll go with there. But I agree with you, Pam. I like the light. I think it's kind of a light and a dark. It's not too dark, but not too light. And with the white, I'm going to put a glaze down into the other detail work on it. So I'm not exactly sure what color handles yet, but I think it'll be great. All right, you guys. You guys have a great week. Holler at me again. I'll post the email one more time. If you guys have any questions, just give me a shout out and I will get your questions answered. So you guys have a great evening and a great week. Thank you. Bye, Jackie. Bye, everybody. Love you guys.